Alright, I had a little goofy video planned for you guys, let me play Poptropica and get some easy nostalgia bait views for people who miss their childhoods, but then, I got to Big Nate Island.
Stop putting up the sign! Help me! Ah!
There we go, all patched up. Now, for those of you who had no childhood, Poptropica was a browser Flash adventure game where you play as your own customized avatar and explore various islands, each with their own self-contained plots and themes. And, some of these islands are based off existing properties like Peanuts, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and, for this video, of course, Big Nate. And, yeah, that's it. Okay, you got that all? Okay, good, because we're gonna move on to the theory stuff, right? Because the intro crap is boring, alright? Like, like those Minecraft videos where it's like, Minecraft is a game made in 2008. And I feel I'm kind of hypocritical as I'm doing that right now, but still, it's fine. You know what? I wouldn't have to explain it to you if you guys actually knew what it was, maybe I blame you guys. I blame the viewer, actually, but that's not the point. Let's get to the theory. Now, the first thing that sticks out is Nate himself. When you land on the island, Nate will be right there. You can ask him the basic questions like, where am I? And who are you? But the answers he gave were confusing, to say the least.
Where am I? I already know where I am, but tell me. Big Nate... Wait, why is it called Big Nate? Why is it actually called Big Nate Island? Why is it named after you? You're still a 6th grader. You haven't been...
This is the place that Big Nate lives. There's no other significant thing here.
I'm Big Nate... Wait, why is it calling himself Big Nate? This is an This is like a fake Nate. I don't trust this. This looks like a fake Nate.
As you can see, I was immediately suspicious. First off, Nate's answer to the location of the town makes no sense. Nate says we're on Big Nate Island, but considering the geographical features and comments from the characters we've seen in the comics, this makes no sense. The series is very explicitly set in the United States of America, with the creator being American, them teaching US history in school, and just generally being in tune with American culture and norms. But the only state in America that's an island is Hawaii, and the characters have made no implication that they live there. I've seen mixed sources on where the series actually takes place, but generally the consensus seems to lean towards New England or the original 13 colonies. This makes sense since we see the characters are within reach of a beach, but at the same time experience snow fairly regularly throughout the winter. And I shouldn't have to say this, but it clearly doesn't snow very often in Hawaii. And of course there's the big red flag of Nate calling it Big Nate Island. And the issue is seen again when you ask Nate who he is, and he answers, Big Nate. Not Nate Wright, which is his canon full name. Big Nate. Never, not once, does anyone, not even Nate himself, refer to Nate as Big Nate. Sure, Nate's a bit of an egotist in character, but this isn't just ego, this feels a bit odd. And this is made even stronger by the fact that an in-game newspaper clipping refers to this location as Big Nate Island, so it can't just be Nate, fucking around with the player. It can't just be him spreading misinformation, right? So whatever. I decided to ignore it, but incongruities just kept piling up, like this general store, which is owned by Nate's dad. We never see this store in the comics or hear any references to its existence. The school picture guy has his own studio shaped like a camera. Again, this location is never seen in the comic strips, and even then, it'd be insanely expensive. The school picture guy still lives with his mom. I seriously doubt he'd be able to afford a custom building like this. Gordy works at a mall in the comics, but in this game he works in a full store. This is all just surface level, by the way, but nevertheless, it got me thinking about what is going on in this game. And then it dawned on me. What if we're playing in an alternate universe? If you think I'm spouting my typical nonsense, you are nonsense, okay? Because I have the evidence to back it up. Now, for anyone who hasn't watched anything MCU related during the last 2 years, let me explain the concept of the multiverse through the lens of the many worlds interpretation. Imagine you're heading out, and you need to choose between some lame Crocs and some iconic purple Clonks, alright? And of course, you choose the purple Clonks, but there's another universe where you choose the lame Crocs. Then, there's a universe where you didn't fluff your pillow last night. Then there's one where you didn't flick that bug off. Maybe there's even a universe where your pinky was 1 micrometer more to the left. Each separate universe basically represents another set of possibilities and outcomes. Personally, I like to imagine the multiverse as a 2-dimensional, virtually infinite planar graph, alright? And each individual point or space on it would represent another universe. So imagine our universe would be here, and the larger the distance between 2 universes, the larger they vary in terms of possibilities and outcomes. So let's say about a light year or 2 away, give or take, major variants happen, like gravity's reversed, circles don't exist, or horses can't talk and can't be your best friend. Yeah, like that could ever happen. But why do I think that Big Nate Island is a separate universe? Notice how you go to multiple islands in Poptropica, yet they don't seem to interact or even acknowledge the other islands. But the real head turner are the Diary of the Wimpy Kid Islands. Yes, islands, because there are 2 separate Wimpy Kid Islands, each with their own versions of Greg, Rowley, and the other characters. How can 2 sets of these characters exist simultaneously in the same world? They can't, unless each island isn't an island, but their own universe. This is backed up by the fact that different islands in this game can exist in their own eras of time and laws of reality. Yay! We solved the Big Nate conspiracy, right? Wrong! There's some seriously dark shit going on in Big Nate Island, and it all turns your eyes to one character. Let's go to the picture studio. Look at that wall. That's Nate. Now, at first that may not be weird, but knowing the characters' relationships, this is just out of place. Both Nate and the school picture guy are definitely on friendly terms and enjoy each other's company, but he's not like Nate's other friends. They tend to meet on picture day or just by coincidence. They're close acquaintances, but they don't spend so much time together to where school picture guy would hang his photo up. But the biggest question mark is how Nate is smiling. The running gag in the comic strip is that Nate can never get his picture right. He always messes it up somehow. So him actually smiling normally in a photo taken by the school picture guy is a major red flag. Also, side note, we noticed that there was a picture of a horse on the wall, and using his horse persnicketint, a power that allows horses to see the blueprints of any building as long as it has a framed picture of a horse in it. Haroon confirmed that the school picture guy is definitely keeping his dead mom in that room, and I don't need to verify my source because my source is a horse and that rhymes. Also, when you go into the general store where Nate's dad is, Nate follows you in, and his reaction is a bit off.
I like how he's just his face just goes dead the moment he sees his father. Nate's smile just went completely away the moment he saw his dad. That's the funniest shit. His smile just went immediately away the moment he saw his dad.
Look, Nate definitely looks down upon his dad in some aspects, but despite his dad's flaws, he clearly doesn't hold any real ill will towards him. While they struggle to find common ground on their interests and viewpoints, Nate is very open with his dad in life aside from grades, and Nate's dad is far from a deadbeat father. So it's not only out of character, but honestly really concerning to see Nate's smile just completely leave the moment he sees his father. Me and Haroon had our suspicions on Nate the moment we got to the island, but then we noticed something. Nate was following us.
How'd he get here? I think Nate can teleport. I don't. This is a. He knows I'm onto him. He knows I'm onto him, dude. He just look at that look. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He knows what's going on. He knows that I'm suspicious. Nate, what are you doing? He's following me. He's fucking following me. He's following. Rune, Nate's following me. Help.
This is like a fucking creepypasta. Big Nate follows me back home.
No, stop.
Don't
follow
call
him.
Big Nate at 3 a.m.
Oh no, Spitzy's gone. Wait, Spitzy. And do you know who spends the most time with Spitzy besides his owner in the comics? You know who it is?
Who?
Fucking this guy right here. Nate is. There's something going on here.
Oh shit! Oh, he can tell. He can tell you're onto him, and he wants to eliminate you now.
Oh, God, I'm worried. I'm scared for my life. For my life.
We couldn't waste any time. We didn't want to be food for the Big Nate cartel/cult, so we trucked onto the school, and guess what? The school was a complete wreck. The plot for this level is that you need to find a secret time capsule so you can raise the money to rebuild the school. But PS38 is a public school, so tax dollars should have been paying for this. Teddy even states he's considering bringing a hard hat to school because bricks are falling down from the ceiling. Do you know how many lawsuit possibilities that opens up? So someone call Saul. Someone ring Ling. This school's about to fund my college tuition. But this begs the question of why has the school been abandoned? And also, why did they get this fancy-ass jungle gym in the schoolyard? Again, nowhere is anything like this shown in the comic strip. PS38 is a very standard basic public school. There's no way there was room for this in the budget, let alone anyone on the school board who would have greenlit this. But the nail in the coffin, the moment I knew there was a massive conspiracy here, was when we entered the science room. We were messing around with the chemistry set in the room to make a stink bomb to progress in the level. Until we saw this.
I like purple. Okay, that's good. Let's get some purple. Wait. What is that? What is that? You see that? You see that? You look at... What? What is this? What the...
There is an evolutionary chart of a fish evolving into Nate.
What the actual?
Wait, no, this is going deep. In this world, no. Okay. No. What is going on? What is this?
Holy fucking shit!
Now, if you're thinking this is some sort of sick joke drawing Nate made, you're wrong. You're wrong, okay? Because Mr. Galvin, PS38's science teacher, is a very by-the-numbers, no-nonsense teacher, and there's no way he would allow Nate to put something up like this in his class, right? But on that note, where the hell's Mr. Galvin? Hell, where's Mr. Staples? Principal Nichols? Miss Clarkey? Where are all the teachers? The only teachers that can be found are Miss Godfrey and Mr. Rosa. And Mr. Rosa isn't even in the school. He's up on the lighthouse painting, like the goddamn free spirit he is. And there's still more questions. Why is Gordy running his own comic store instead of the one at the mall? Why does nobody stop Nate from just hijacking one of the jet skis? Why is Arter stuck under the school? Why are there random pieces of an actual Big Nate comic strip around the town with Nate's locker combo on it? And why does Teddy randomly turn into an egg from time to time? Because Nate is a false messiah to the people of Big Nate Island. Don't you roll your eyes at me. Extreme questions call for extreme answers. I think we can all agree that Nate is the center of all the mysteries on this island. His behavior is just so suspicious and out of character that it's like a giant red neon arrow sign pointing towards him. But why do I think he's a false messiah? The biggest thing is that the island is named after him, and we have a newspaper article backing it up. Now, I believe that the newspaper article is fabricated. The stuff about the time capsule is real, but the name of the town has been changed to Big Nate Island in the article. Nate is altering history to make it fit his image. And considering his hatred for his history teacher and basically the entirety of social studies, I don't put the idea of him falsifying historical records for his own personal gain to be out of character. This ties in with that weird-ass evolutionary chart in the science room. I believe it's another example of Nate falsifying history to fit his image of a false messiah. And honestly, it's not too crazy to think that Nate can pull this off. When Nate puts his mind to something, he can pull off some insane stunts. The most consistent examples of this are on Prank Day, where every year on the last day of school, the students of PS38 make a tradition pranking the teachers. And Nate's pranks go above and beyond. The amount of planning, dedication, and funding it would take for a 6th grader to pull off some of these, Nate can it's insane, alright? But it's the way the town and its inhabitants have changed that really pull red flags towards Nate. Like Francis. Nate's relationship with him is very friendly. I mean, why wouldn't it be? They're best friends, but something's off in this game. Francis and Nate have a tendency to bicker when they're together, but not because they hate each other, it's just, because they're comfortable with each other. They're best friends, so, they're okay with fighting and arguing. But here, Francis is pretty tame towards Nate. Why? Because he's a messiah. I mean, I'm just saying, if my best friend were a messiah, I'd treat him a little bit differently too. Then there's school picture guy. Why would he have a picture of Nate hung up on the wall? Because he's worshipping him. Why does nobody stop Nate from hijacking these jet skis during school hours? Because messiahs be cray-cray, and they do whatever they want, even if it's disrupting their pursuit for a higher education. And Gordy's store? It's not just a normal comic book store, but inside is a museum of various Big Nate characters. Perhaps Gordy isn't running a comic book store at all, but rather a temple for the various characters in Nate's mythology. The Messiah theory is also a perfect explanation for why the school is in complete disrepair. Nate has been funneling the funding away from the school for his own personal gain. That's why we see this massive jungle gym in the schoolyard. It wasn't there before, but Nate used his newfound social status to funnel the funding from the school into the recess area. This is also why we don't see any other teachers beside Miss Godfrey in the school. With all the funding gone, the teachers can't be paid salaries anymore, only leaving Miss Godfrey. However, I will admit I did find it odd that of all the teachers to have stuck around, it was Miss Godfrey. And by the way, it's debatable if Mr. Rosa is even working at the school anymore, and since I feel like painting on the top of a lighthouse is prime, I'm unemployed and living my best life behavior. At first I thought this was a major hole in my theory, because why would Nate keep Miss Godfrey employed? Out of every teacher in PS38, Nate hates Miss Godfrey the most. There's no denying this. She's been a part of the series from the start, and her whole purpose as a character is to be the strict, no-nonsense teacher that keeps Nate's antics in line. She's always giving him attention. He hates her class. He just hates her in general, so why would she still be around? But notice where she is. She's not in a classroom, she's working in the detention room. From what I remember, Miss Godfrey has never been the detention monitor. That role is always filled by Miss Ricky? So why is Miss Godfrey in the detention room? I think this is all part of a sick, twisted revenge plot on Nate's part. Nate, filled with sheer hate and revenge towards the teacher, who gave him hundreds of hours in detention, decided to give Miss Godfrey a taste of her own medicine, trapping her in the same prison he once spent his days. Metaphorically, because I think she can leave, but come on, she still needs an income, so this is probably the best work you can find when you're in an island that's run by a false messiah who hates your guts. And the false messiah theory even gives an answer to one of the darkest mysteries in this game. Ardor. You can enter the school's basement. No one's there until you turn on the lights, where Ardor then reveals himself. Isn't it odd that he's not just hidden in darkness, but just absent before you turn the lights? And how come he never leaves the basement once you find him? And most importantly, why the hell is a middle schooler in the basement of the school? That's not legal, I'm pretty sure. Someone needs to get sued. Again, this place is going to fund my college tuition. The only person in the entire series who has any sort of ill will towards Ardor is Nate. But it doesn't end there. I mentioned that Ardor doesn't appear until you turn the lights, and he doesn't leave the basement after you find him. Hell, he doesn't even seem to be bothered. That's right. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, alright, I think we're both thinking the same thing here. You, the viewer, I think we're thinking the same thing. You know what I'm implying, right? I'm implying that Ardor is dead. What we're talking to is merely his ghostly spirit, unable to leave the murder site in an ignorant limbo, maybe as a defense mechanism to not think about the gruesome killing that took place. But sadly, there's no resolution for these crimes in the game. There are glimmers of hope. Characters like Jenny and Gina seem to be one of the few characters who haven't fallen under Nate's spell. And at the end of the game, it looks like the treasure found inside the time capsule will be used to repair the school, giving tens of teachers their jobs back and hundreds of students their educations back. But, knowing Nate, how much of that money will simply be funneled back to him? And I still feel like there's more going on here. Like, Gordy, I still think there's way more to him. I don't know why, it's just a gut feeling, alright? And also, what's up with the Big Nate comic strip? Like the real Big Nate comic strip flying around. This clearly isn't Nate's in-universe work. This is very clearly an official strip. So what's it doing here? Also, why the hell is Teddy an egg? And the biggest mystery of all, what leverage did Nate have in the first place to convince the public he's a messiah? All of that, never, because I have no idea what's going on. Haroon, any leads?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I gave up trying to keep up once you brought the multiverse theory into the equation. How are you not tired? It's like 3 a.m.
Hey, sleep is for the weak. Meanwhile, answers take you to the peak. Then I got that feeling where it's just like, I'm tired, but my body just doesn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
No,
When you stay up too late and then you just don't want to go to sleep. Like your body just says, no, you don't need to go to sleep.
Like the point is just why sleep? Because you're just gonna be tired anyways. So it's just you kind of enter your backup reserves. Just your body's like, well, fuck it. What's the point of telling you that you're tired?
Yeah, exactly. It's just okay, you're not gonna get much sleep at all. You're gonna be tired, so might as well just stay up and be tired anyway.
Yeah. It's just coffee doesn't help me either.
Yeah, no. Coffee just doesn't do anything with that. No.
Do you sweat when you drink coffee? Because I get sweaty pits.
Do you get sweaty pits? I'll be honest. I don't really drink coffee often. I think the last time I had coffee was when I was at Japan, and I just had some of that ice cold coffee.
You had ice cold coffee there?
Yeah, ice cold coffee is pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I just tried sake. I know you can't have sake because you're Muslim. You can't drink sake.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. Also, who's that guy who just joined?
What? Who's that?
Who are you?
Spectator.
That's a bit of a mouthful. How about Spec?
Can we shorten Spec to Larry?
How does Spec shorten to Larry?
It doesn't. I just think we're long overdue for a friend named Larry.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than some lame name like Galvin.
Galvin would be a pretty lame name.
Yeah, thanks.
Who the hell is knocking at my door at 3 a.m?
Maybe it's one of those crappy door-to-door salesmen.
At 3 a.m?
Hey, man, door-to-door salesmen are already the most disruptive common of peace, alright? They're basically everyday terrorists, so I wouldn't put knocking people's doors in the middle of the night past them,
Even though I know you're half joking, the chance of dealing with a door-to-door salesman at any hour of the day is not a chance I'm taking.
Nice. Door-to-door salesman, more like dork-to-dork salesman.
Interesting.
What?
Well, most people would be wary of an ominous knock at the door in the middle of the night.
What's the worst that can happen? There's nothing.
Well, off the top of my head, your friend could be kidnapped by a group of mysterious hooded men.
That's oddly dark. What would make you say that?
Outside of that group of mysterious hooded men behind you, ready to kidnap you, I'd say it's just a hunch.
What the fuck? Where am I? Oh my god. Okay, deep breaths and stuff. Wait, what did you do to Haroon?
Karanshu, we're right next to you.
Oh, okay, thank God. Alright, that's a load off my head, and that's a load on my head now, okay.
I'm Big Nate, and you two have gotten very close to some major secrets. So you're gonna tell me everything you know. If you tell me everything, you can stay alive and work in one of my labor camps. And if you don't, I'll shoot your kneecaps with this gun I have in my hands. Not you, though. You're fine.
Thanks.
Whisper. That's my kneecap. Oh, okay.
You know, you two are awfully talkative for kidnapped captives.
Okay. Oh, it's bad. That's bad. Oh, okay.
What?
Can all y'all in this universe do that, or is that just a him thing?
Jesus.
Nah, it's just a him thing.
How are you doing that?
Doing what?
That thing with your leg!
What thing with my leg? The only thing there is in my leg is that you shot it a bunch. Look, I try to be a nice guest / captive, but if you're gonna be this irrational and frankly bananas, I don't think I want to talk to you.
I have a gun!
Yeah, it's America. It's not the one to get one these days.
Hey, look, it's okay. Hey, don't get mad. Look, we'll tell you everything we know, and in exchange, you tell us your villain backstory, because I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential with your character, you know?
Fine, but only because I like talking about myself. It all started a few months ago. I was walking to school like any other day, until I found this comic. It was an interaction I had weeks ago. I had no idea how to comprehend this information. I had so many questions. Who was taking photos of me and making comics out of them? How'd they know my locker combo? What did it mean? I thought about going to the police, but how could I even begin to explain this without sounding insane? I couldn't sleep for a while after that. Day became night, Monday bled into Tuesday. I stayed in my locked room. My friends and family begged for me to come out, but how could I trust them? Were they real? Was any of it real? But one night, I saw him. I saw God. He came to me in my sleep. He didn't say much, but that was everything to me. I found that comic. It had my name, my locker combo, and God chose me to see it. And he came to me. He appointed me a savior. So I started my campaign. Gordy was my right-hand man throughout. He introduced me to some online friends of his. With an easy influence group, I had an immediate following, and it didn't take much longer for my message to spread. Sure, there's those that opposed me, but they were outnumbered and promptly silenced. And now, with all of Big Nate Island in the palm of my hand, I can shape it into my own image. No more social studies, no more egg salad, no more figure skating!
And no more of your bullshit. Woo!
Don't you two realize? If you escape, you'll just go back to being nothing! But with me, we can make a difference! We can matter!
Man, talk about nihilism.
I know, he's kind of a bummer compared to all the other villains we've met. Like, Freddy, he was a fun guy. The JPEG of Bowser, he's barely even a villain. We just play air hockey with him.
Shut up! Don't you see? This comic is a sign! A sign that there's something above us, bigger than us, and we're just that realm's entertainment. I mean, think about it. How am I able to both exist in a piece of media for you to consume and a real person you can talk to?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, you're gonna have to spell this out for me.
We aren't real! We're just made up cartoon characters made for the higher realms shits and giggles!
Wait, you're serious? So you're saying me, Haroon, you, everything around us, it's just a cartoon?
Yes! Now you understand! Now do what's right and join me!
Whoopee! Oh, yes, dude, yes! Oh, my God. This is amazing. Haroon, you gotta give me Hoof. Come on, give me Hoof. This is history in the fucking making, dude.
What?
Dude, I've always wanted to be a cartoon character. Why do you think I always wear the same outfit every day?
Wait, so you're okay with not being real?
Let me think. Hell yeah, dude!
And you?
I'm fully aware of my place in the multiverse. I'm not a resident of this world or any adjacent. I most likely came from a plane of higher existence, one where our creators take a pen and paper and bring us to life. But unlike you, I am not cursed with this knowledge, this self-awareness. I move on with life, viewing from a distance, simply as a spectator. Though I will admit, the names Larry and Speck are growing on me.
That's fucking awesome.
And you?
Yeah, I don't care for nihilism.
It's not night! I fucking God!
Hey, okay, hey, it's okay. Just compose yourself, man. Deep breath, and then tell us what you have to say, all right? It's okay. We're supportive.
I'm gonna rip your dicks off!
Always bet on Blart. Alright, sorry for the inconvenience, gentlemen. The name's Paul Blart, and I work with the Interdimensional Police Force. It's like regular police, but way cooler, and with people who actually do their job right.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Blart. But what's gonna happen to Nate?
He'll be sent to the interdimensional prison, and considering he'll be charged with money laundering, torture, and murder, amongst other things, he'll be locked up for a while.
Oh, okay, good. So, shouldn't we tell the stuff that happened so you can make, like, a case file or something? Okay, well, first some guys kidnapped us, then we woke up here, some general torture stuff happened, we escaped our restraints, Nate told us that our multiverse is all fiction made by those in a higher plane of resistance,
Wait, back up. So, he told you that our multiverse is fictitious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you believed him?
Yeah.
I
Somewhat.
was already aware of it.
And do you plan on telling anyone else about this experience?
Yeah.
If they ask.
I was actually gonna make my own cult after this.
Sorry, guys.
Two blackouts in one day, oh god. Oh, wait, okay, so, kidnapping, Haroon was there, and Big Nate, and then Paul Blart. Oh man, I'm blanking. What was that really cool thing Nate said? Oh man, I can't remember. Oh damn, I got Men in Blacked.